Okay, so we're heading into the summer months. I was saying before you came in because you were late.
I heard everything you said.
Yeah. So, the market is still a bit healthy out there, though.
It depends on the area. Durham is falling. Central Toronto is falling. West Toronto is falling. East Toronto seems to be holding steady. And one of the reasons for that is its price point. It's the lowest price point of the central areas. And so people are gravitating to that to get the deal, as opposed to being in the areas where the prices have been higher. We've been seeing a leveling of the playing field for a number of years now. Central Toronto was always the most expensive. Then it expanded north, and then it expanded west, and then it expanded east. And so, west, and then north, and then east. And what we saw is, as they expanded north, they built all the bigger homes. And so that was like more executive living. When they expanded west, that's where all the manufacturing jobs went. And so population density caused those prices to rise fairly fast. The east was really just a place to live, to travel into the city to work. And then they planted the GM plant right in Oshawa. So then Oshawa was a GM town. And if GM was on strike, Oshawa was a ghost town. When GM threatened to shut down, Oshawa was a ghost town. It was dependent strictly on basically GM and the mall. And then what happened was, as Central Toronto being the hub, that's where all the high prices come from first. Then we go north and west, and lastly, east. East would always be the cheapest. But what we're starting to see now is that proximity is really the goal, proximity to the jobs. And so we're starting to see the east starting to balance a little bit more with the west, and that's why we get a lot of pressure on the eastern prices, and it's one of the fastest growing prices that we've had in the last 2 years. And it rose up high, quick, and it's starting to descend back down, but so is the west and the north, and definitely the outer outskirts. However, the outskirts in the summertime actually do well, because that's their market, right? They're in the outskirts. They've got the lakes. They've got, the beautiful scenery and all that stuff. And so they do well in the summer, whereas in Central, in Toronto and the GTA, we find that our springs is where we do all of our business. And that's because people really want to get prepared. The main focus of most families today here in the GTA is their children. And they want to make sure that at all costs, even if it costs them more, that they have their children settled into their new area with their new friends before they go to their new school. And so spring is our big season. And oddly enough, summer is pretty much the deadest season of the year, outside of like December and January and late November. Those are dead seasons as well, because as Canadians, typically speaking, before this whole new happy holidays thing came in, Christmas was massive. And people were really busy visiting relatives and all that stuff, but they shut down Sundays, because Sundays was a day where you could go and spend time with families. They shut that down, and that's just a regular day now. So people are always busy. So there's a lot less family. They've also shut down Merry Christmas and things like that, and it's season's greetings, and even that they're kind of shutting down. And so what we're finding is that season is a slower season. Summer is slower season.
Sorry, so are you saying when they used to say Merry Christmas, it was busier for the real estate industry?
Sorry, no.
I don't get the correlation.
Correlation? No, it was just more history, more than a correlation with respects to real estate. Because to be honest with you, I do remember how that affected retail, though. I remember that it was really good for the retail market that Sunday, because Sundays was a day when everything was closed except for
But you're going back to many
corner
years.
stores.
That's like many, because that's like, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, from when I was a teenager, for sure, they were open, which was teenager for me would be the mid-90s.
Mid-90s, yeah. So so I started in 88. So I watched that transition. I remember.
I know it's true. I'm not saying I know.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
people you didn't have like 24-hour stores. I think back then. But.
Yeah, the grocery stores were, that was it. That was all that was open, that corner store. And so there was nothing to do, and that's why those were big family events, which today is not as common. That Sunday family event, oddly enough. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. And please let us know your thoughts in the comments, as well as any questions you may have. We're live most Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to tune in. Thank you again for watching, and remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon so you can stay up to date on all our future uploads.